Discourse Basic Manufacturing Process, Unit 2, Lecture 31. Metal Forming. Continue. Agenda for today. Agenda for today present in this video. mm, Metal Forming. Open die forming. Operation performed on open die presses and application. Hand forging, and tools and equipment, anvil, swag, block, hammers, tongues, and swags. Open die forging. Open die forging is the application of open die forging. Application of open die forging. Open die process can be produced shape, shaft, solid shaft, spindle, rot- rotors whose diameter increase or decrease at the multiple location along the longitudinal axis. The hollow cylindrical shapes, usually with the length much greater than the diameter of the part length, wall thickness, internal and outer diameters can be varied for needed ज़रूरत के आवश्यकता अनुसार हम डायमीटर को वेरियस कर सकते हैं। रिंग लाइक रिंग लाइक पार्ट रिंग लाइक पार्ट रिसेंबल washer approaches whole cylinders in shape depending on the height wall thickness ratio. Counter formed metal cell like the pressure vessel, which many incorporated the extrusion nozzles. In the open die forging, in the use for equipment, shaft, solid, spindle diameter increase the and the multiple location along the longitudinal, and it is the ring parts available for approaches for cylinder shape when depending on the high thickness of ratio. Hand forging. It is the application of hand forging, something called smith or blacksmith. Hand forging is the smallest form of forging and smallest making for the small equipment and component on the method by using the metal was first work. The metal to be forget is a first heated to read heat in the fire of the forge, and then is the batten food to the shape of the metal anvil, the slag of the or hammers. Hand forging tools and equipment. In the application of the hand forging tools and equipment, besides of the furnace, hand forging need anvil, swag, block, blacksmith, hammers, tongues, swags, followers, and flatters lower flatters for the various forging operations. And the hand forging is continue anyway in the hand forging in application of the equipment. First of all, anvil and anvil act as the supporting device of which is capable for the standing. This is the heavy boards of the iron for the job. It is made of cast steel, throat iron, mild steel, provided with the hardened top of, of round holes. The square holes, also known as the holes, is used for the holding of square holding of the job, and square shank shaped tools like bottom fullers and swags. The round holes is used for the admitted the end of the punch of punch or drift. This is the annual is the upper top surface of the annual and the face. This is the top face of the anvil, and this is the square hole, hardened holes. It is the tail of the anvil, and the punching holes. This is the small holes is the punching holes, and this is the structure of the body is the body of anvil, and this is the small point of the face cutting face is this is the uh, big of home here of the ham. This is the base of the bottom in the base. This is the annual base. Hand forging hand, hand forging is the continue the application of the second equipment is the swag and block. It is the generally made of cast iron cast and has the round of square squares rectangular and half of round rubrics. This is the use in the holding bars while the bending providing the supported punching holes. So is the black is supported on the cast iron stand. This is the circular holes, and this is the squares holes, and small circular holes is the rectangular and round groove, and this is the round groove of the circular, and this is the holding. This is the holding of the bars supporting punch. This is the supporting punch is attached to the of support iron. The hand forging operation is continuing. The hammers in the application of the some of hammers in the hand forging. These are basically in two types of hammers: the hand hammers and sledge hammers. The hand hammer are generalized ball pen hammer. These have a slightly convex on the film slightly convex face of the general even for the then the of the ball hammer for her figure 1. This is the round circle of the head of the hammer in the base of the hammer and ball pen hammers. This is the conical shape of the hammers and cross pen of hammer. This the square head of hammers in the straight screening hammers. Straight stinger, then the double face hammers is the upper face and bottom face. Both are upper and bottom. Both are face. This is known as the double face hammers. The sledgehammers are usually 3 to 4 times heavier than the hand hammers. Than the hand hammers. These are used for the heavy floors on the needed to the forging. Sledgehammers are further classified of the cross pen, straight pen, and double faced types. Ha- Hand forging in the continue present in the fourth equipment used in hand forging and tongues machanta. These are used for the holding the job in the position during the forging. Tanks are made for the mild steel. It is the made of the mild steel and are usually usually named according to the inner shape of the jaws. Flat with this is the squares and mm, flat of the flat bit of the tongues. Flag of this square bit. This is the square bit of the square bit of tongues and the round circular of the width of the tongues and the pick up the tongues. This is the small hose and the long hose of the pickup tongues. Thank you so much.